Okay, we're on the iPod for right now because I'm a goof and I left my SD card at my friend Evan's place, so I'll have to get that before I go to work. Meanwhile, Adam's got a new car. We're getting rid of the Volvo, and because it's a piece of shit. As you saw on the other Volvo's Dicked Again video, it's been down ever since then. We never took it in to get it fixed because we figured it's just going to be a waste of money. It's probably going to take a shit. And as it turns out, it's out of transmission fluid. So, yeah. Anyways, let's go look at his new car. So here she is. It's a 1982 Toyota Celica GT. It's got the 2.4 liter 4-cylinder carbureted engine. We were hoping for fuel injected, but no. And it's got the 5-speed. So it's an excellent deal on this. So he paid $500 for it, and I bought it from one of my customers up by the light. You've seen me mow her yard before, but she got a new car because this one was needing some stuff. The alternator went out. It got completely coated with power steering fluid because it started leaking. So we temporarily disconnected the power steering pump, or took the belt off, and so running it manual steering for now. But it's got a new alternator, the thermostat. We're having a little bit of a cooling issue. We're not entirely sure what it is. My cousin Adam looked it up and said the temperature was actually normal. It was getting close to the red line. It was a little worrisome, but puts out a little bit of white smoke, just a little bit. It may need a head gasket, but Adam's done this before, so that should be a walk in the park. At least he's worked on these cars before, so shouldn't be too bad. So what was the other thing we put in? Yeah, I think we just did the alternator and the thermostat and put some extra coolant in. It was actually low, and I had a lot of debris at the bottom of it, so that's a little weird, but we got her running. And oh yeah, we stole the battery from the Volvo and put that in here. It was a little bit small and we had to flip it around, but the terminals worked and it starts up on its own now. I think the rear shocks were done on this, but the fronts weren't, so it's like a little bouncy, but if you try and bounce the back end, it's real nice and solid. Actually, it's just about as solid as the rear of my car, which is funny. But yeah, it's not a bad car. My customer who owned this had it since 1982 and bought it off the showroom floor. So it's a one-owner car. And the little old lady who had it put seat covers on it most of its life, and so the seats are literally like brand new. And the back seats have a couple of stains, but you know, it's better than having a big gash in it. It's got the factory speakers, which have cloths around, so they haven't rotted away and they still work and don't sound too bad actually. Has a factory deck. We're gonna junk the factory. We're not gonna junk it. We're gonna take the factory deck out, and he's gonna put his new one in, or the one that he currently has. Heat works great, actually surprisingly well. It heats up pretty quick, which is either a good or a bad thing. AC comes on, but the clutch on the pump is a little cattywampus, so we'll have to replace the clutch and have the AC system serviced. Pretty much everything is here. Like, not just pretty much everything. I mean, literally, it even has the original spare tire, or at least the spare rim, and it's got the factory jack and everything. It's even got the good came with chains too. But I mean, everything's here, and the seats are immaculate. And it's kind of hard to tell, but the headliner is literally looks like it's brand new. No rust underneath. None. I mean, the exhaust system doesn't even look like it has rust. The exhaust system had a new cap put on. And we're debating on whether it had a new muffler or not. And it's got a little bit of damage here, but we can take care of that. And then it's got a little bit of this right here. We're actually going to get a super hatch and put it on here. She bought it at freaking Beaverton Toyota. So we just need to get insurance and tags on it. And she's going to be driving. Should be legal. I'll probably take this off and repaint it like we did my doors. But yeah, and look at the paint though. It's like amazing. Just a tiny bit faded right here, I think. But like, and all the lights work. Everything inside works. All the interior lights, every single thing works. This is like one of the best vehicles I think my cousin's ever bought. Needs new inner tie rod ends, which are thankfully 15 bucks a piece, so we get to change those out. Ball joints were done and have grease fittings, so we get to grease those up. Just needs new front shocks. And just a tiny bit of body work in the back, and that's about it. But yeah. It's actually not a bad car. It's really surprisingly in the best condition we've ever seen. But unlike the Volvo, this one actually drives. Oh yeah, and these headlights pop out too. And they work beautifully. We paid 500 bucks for this. Isn't that amazing? She still has he has the locking fuel door. He has the key for it and everything. It sits normally. Not like the Volvo where the back end sags like my car used to. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, since we took the battery from the Volvo, we also got the idea of taking the spark plugs out of the Volvo and putting them in the Toyota. The reason why this came up is because we just put brand new Bosch platinum plugs in the Volvo, right? And I just looked them up here on AutoZone here and switched between the two cars I have on here, the 82 Celica and also the 86 Volvo. And they come up as the same style and the same model number. So when we get a chance, we're going to pull those plugs and put it in that car. And the good thing about this car is it looks like the spark plug wires and the distributor cap were recently replaced. So now we just get new plugs. We don't know if it has new plugs in it now, but we'll find out. But either way, it's going to get the ones from the Volvo.